Hello, this is Zeke777, and wait a minute, where are we? We're in Creative! Yep, welcome to 46. We are in Creative right now because I have something I would like to test out. And I don't know if it's going to break, I don't know what's going to happen, and it's kind of a lot of work to be able to set it up. So let's get started by breaking a hole in the ground. Perfect. We're going to just fill out a little bit of a hole, and we'll be right back once we have enough of a hole to do this. Alrighty, we've got ourselves a hole in the ground, and on top of it we have a couple blocks. And what we're going to do is we're going to place down loonium. Well, specifically we're going to do probably a pool first and then a loonium, so it'll bind to it. Now my question is, I don't know what'll happen. Because I know that these guys will spawn and that they're a stronger mob than normal. Okay, so first off I need to have more space apparently. So let's clear that out. Now my question is, I don't know if they will drop their items if they're killed by the liquid death there. So let's place here, give you lots of radius, and let's see. Got eternal closure, got a saddle. Those are both items that you can only get from treasure chests or from dungeons, which means that this works. So yeah, let's do something like this in our real world. Well, now that we know that it works, we have to actually do it. So we have our job set out for us, and it's going to start off with making a whole ton of runes. The reason for that is in order to actually power the loonium, it takes a lot of mana. And to do that, I think we're going to go with the Gormarillas. Now, I know we're already using the Gormarillas, but the reason I want to do this is because I have a whole ton of fish. So with the Guardian spawner thing set up, that's got a lot of... it's getting a lot of fish, basically. I really don't know what to do with that. I've got over a double chest full of raw fish. So we're going to smelt that up. We're going to toss it into a bunch of Gormarillas. Gormarillae? Not sure what the word is. A lot of them. Probably somewhere around the neighborhood of 10, 20 of them. And that's going to be kind of spread out around that whole area. And I think that's going to work. So right now I'm going to be building quite a lot of these guys. I've got most of the runes already for this, but if we look at this, I need Rune of Summer and Rune of Fire. So I got all the fire. I made quite a lot of the earth and air as well, just to have a backlog. And I'm making about 20 or so Rune of Summer, just to not have to deal with this for a while. I do have to say, I think one of my next projects after this whole thing's done is I'm going to build some sort of automation to be able to do these for me. It's kind of going to be not exactly as necessary anymore because I don't really know what I'm going to do with all the runes, but I do want to automate that at least. And I think I want to do it the, I guess, proper way of doing it pure Britannia. So it's going to be quite a project, but that'll be later on. For now, I'm going to craft up all these, and we'll be right back with that. So I think we're going to start off with just doing 10 of these for now. Oh, lost it, apparently. Toss one of you, two of you, two of you, one of you, and one of you. That should get me... There we go. If you right-click with this with an empty hand, but you have to be fast enough. There we go. If you right-click, then it'll actually load the one you had before, so that makes it a little bit easier here. But you do have to be a little bit quick about it. It's a couple seconds. And there we go. We have 10. So let's fill you up just to keep you full. We have 10 Gormarillae. We are going to use those. I don't really have a place for them yet. In fact, I don't really have much of a plan yet. Because we have fish, right? So I need to figure out a way to cook these fish. And if we go over here, I've made a little list. What do we have for furnaces? Well, we have furnaces. We have exoflames, which will power furnaces. We have calefactor, which is the Ars Magica version. The Thaumcraft Infernal Furnace is an option. Embers has the Hearth Coil, which is kind of a cool one. Let's see, Astral Sorcery has a Burning Lens, which if you toss things into it, will cook it. And we also have from Aura Cascade, the Cascading Smelter. I don't really know what I want. I might go with the Calefactor. I know I already have that here, but I could use that as well as the Dark Aurum to be able to kill all the Guardians that are trying to attack me there. So that could also be useful for that. Let's see, Exoflame. I'm going to be generating mana anyway with the Gormarillas, but I'm not really sure how much. So it's kind of going to eat into the profits of the loonium. Furnaces. Yeah, I'm not going to do just regular coal. If I do go with the Exoflame and furnaces, I'm also going to put some of the bellows from Infernal Furnaces from Thaumcraft. If you put bellows on the furnace, it'll speed it up a little bit, so that will help. Hearth Coil is kind of interesting. I was looking at that. Now the thing is with that, I would need to set up some sort of renewable source for the embers. So far I've gotten a couple stacks of these ember shards and some ember crystals as well. But it's painfully slow. I've thrown like a stack of coal at this thing, and it's gonna be working for a while, but it's yeah, it's slow. So that would be a limiting factor on that. I'm not sure how fast it burns through. Astral sorcery, you probably need to see the daylight for that, and I'm not sure if that'll work underwater. And then the cascading smelter, which then I'd have to figure out how to power that. So those are our options. So let's do a quick test here. I still haven't decided what I want to use to cook, but let's see if this actually works. Collect a crystal, you can go there. Lens, you can go here, which works. And let's get a block, just regular stone should work. Why not, right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take our linking tool, we're going to link you to you, which will then shine. You are going to link to here. So you will then shine through there. Cool. Let's take color lens. If I pop you in, that should change its color. Now, I believe this won't actually do anything to me, but let's go grab some fish. I should have plenty around here somewhere. Probably in here. Let's see. Raw fish. So we got 46. Let's not fall down there. 46, so let's go ahead and see if this actually works. So I toss you in. Do you get cooked? You seem to very much not. How about if I go over there? No, so that may actually need to be above ground. So let's take all this, break you, and let's go above ground, see that it actually is being set up properly. Because, again, that may not be either. So if we go up here, let's take this. We've got our lens. Lens, you will be bound to this rock, because why not? And playing with things that ignite on a ship is probably not the best idea, but whatever. Collect a crystal. You can go there. Linking tool. Link to there. So you should now shine through. There we go. And let's throw our ignition lens on here again. Raw fish. Do you work? Yes, you cook almost instantly. I also get on fire when I stand here. Apparently. I wonder if that levels up these guys. No? Nope. Okay, well, it's worth a shot. Yeah, I wasn't going to use that. So this thing here, if I remember, smelts them pretty quick. Pretty much about as fast as you can throw them in. And if I do like a hopper hawk, that will burn it. It'll cook it up real quick. But yes, that is not going to work because I need to be above ground for it to work. So that's kind of a shame. Oh well. Well, we are back in our creative world. And what I've got set up here is kind of a little testing. So again, it's something that'll take a little bit of time to actually implement in the world, but it's kind of more of a test at this point. So right now I've got a chest over here, which I put a grand total of 1 stack of ember shards into the ember activator to turn it into molten ember, or molten activated, whatever. That is then going over here into this guy here. The ember gauge here is showing that I've got 8,000, so that is fully heated up, it appears. A hearth coil. This is cooking my fish. So, looking at this, from what I understand, as it warms up, it'll start getting faster and faster. So you basically just drop your stuff on top, and then once it is cooked, it goes into its internal inventory, which then comes down here into my chest. It's really slow. Yeah, I know it'll work faster once it speeds up, but the thing with this is I need to keep it pretty much constantly on, which means it's going to be constantly using fuel, which, yeah, that's going to be a bit of an issue. So I put 1 stack of ember shards in here. Right now I've got, I think I've said 4 or 5 stacks. So it gives me kind of an idea of what I can do with this. Yeah, really, really slow. I want to see, I'm going to let it sit for a little bit and I'll see how fast it goes. Because I want to definitely see if this is actually going to be something feasible, or if I should come up with a different idea. I'm still kind of leaning towards calefactors, because then I can set up the various power sources there. But we'll see how this goes. Well, it is definitely going faster, about 1 a second. I'm going to let it sit for a little bit longer. I just want to see if it does speed up any further. I decided to just throw a whole lot more fish in there, just so I don't need to worry about running out, because I still also want to see how many stacks I can get out of 1 stack of ember. Just, you know, for efficiency's sake, I want to be able to see that. So far, it's doing pretty well. If I put a slot here, you don't have any ember in you. Do you? You don't have an inventory. Okay. So yeah, that's sitting here at 16,000. Okay, not 1,600, 16,000. Hasn't dropped down at all yet, so it is still, I guess, getting filled. You are still full, of course. Lots of fish up here. And anything faster? Maybe still about 1 a second. Alrighty, made a little bit of a change here. So I looked into it, and at least according to the developer blog on YouTube, this does at max speed do 1 a second, which is nice, I guess. So here's just a regular infernal furnace. I hooked this up to a creative upgraded drawer here with raw fish, so hopefully this should start working. Maybe. Slowly. It's much slower than I was hoping. Anyway, so that's going. And this thing here, if I watch it, I believe it should go a little bit faster. Maybe. Drop, drop, drop. So that's without any upgrades. So let's go ahead and apply a couple upgrades here. So that would be the bellows. So if we stick a couple of these guys on here, it should not only increase the efficiency, but also increase the speed. So let's go down here, and there is, of course, like I mentioned before, another little port down here. So that is, I guess, max upgraded. So it is going also probably about 1 a second. There's the added benefit of we are getting experience here as well, so there's that. And we're also getting these fish nuggets, which are cool, I guess. Not really sure if there's a use for them. Probably not. I guess I could get a century out of it. Anyway, I thought this thing would go a little bit faster, but then this is also seeming to be bottlenecked by that. If we go instead to... It seems with a diamond chest it went a lot faster. So I'm going to let that kind of fill up. Actually, you know what? We're just going to go like this. Fill you. And keep filling. Should be good. Okay, so that is that. If we take a pump again, let's pop this in, and a lever. So I want to see how fast this will go if I just dump all of it in. There we go. So that's all going in. This thing here is still doing, looks like 1 a second, I guess, with the nugget, but I don't really care about that. So far these are about the same. This one is free to run though, so it's another option. Well, admittedly, if we're doing a one-to-one comparison here, calefactors are much slower. They are also a little bit easier to put in parallel like this. So if we take this, I can just throw this up here, and it goes as fast as a hopper will go. So that goes there, and it of course doubles it each time, which is another added bonus there. I don't really want to just do the same system again, but if it ain't broke, don't fix it. I don't know, I'm going to have to think about this one. Let's get work on at least the Gormarilla setup. So this is a little interesting. It's raining. How is it raining? I think my, what was it, the Teru Bozu thing. So I've had that thing since very early on, and I haven't had to deal with rain since. But this actually does work out in our favor, because there's some things I need to do in the rain. So I moved this thing away from my base a while ago. It is the environmental accumulator. So I'm not actually sure really how to use this. If I just maybe right click with this. Maybe? Nope, doesn't seem to do anything. Let me do a little bit of reading. So from the looks of it, I simply just need to throw it at the thing. So that seems to work, so let's close that. And if I just toss you there, so that gave me maybe some effect. Probably gonna die here. Rain begins to fall. Awesome. So that is collecting rain. And it also looks like it turns the rain off. So that's useful. Let's fly away. So I'd heard that there's actually sometimes negative things that can happen to you, which is, you know, slightly dangerous, but kind of cool. There's a couple of these around everywhere. I've just been able to pick these up with my appropriate spell. It's really handy for just moving things that you shouldn't be able to move. But yeah. I also have a environmental accumulator here, sanguinary one, which can run on blood, but needs to have a multi-block structure. I've kind of just ignored it because, well, I haven't really needed it, and it hasn't been raining. But I figured since it is raining, I might as well at least collect one of these. So, awesome! I think actually there's a thing I wanted to make with this, which is the Eternal Water Bucket, which is kind of a cool little thing. Otherwise, I don't know if there's a real use for this. Well, enough of that distraction. Time for another one. So we are underneath our base here. This was something I'd mined out long, long ago. This is where my astral sorcery altar thing is stored, but also this was my original mining area. Dug down that direction, and I got this big area. Now, what are we going to do here? Well, right down here I've got my embers thing set up. I've got a grand total of one of these set up. This is the ember bore, so this will just kind of drill out ember extremely slowly. So one of the problems is that there's not a whole lot of ember around here. I actually don't have my gauge on me, but if I did, the atmospheric gauge, you'd see that it's pretty much nothing all around here. But yeah, so it's in loaded chunks. If I go here, go to claim chunks, you can see the chunk loaded area. I've got the base here and also the tree farm area. In fact, there's probably a couple areas here I could get rid of because there are limited chunks. But yeah, so this is mostly a chunk loaded area, I guess, except for right here. That's good to know. You're not actually chunk loaded. Huh. Interesting. Anyway, so since that's not chunk loaded, we should move everything over this direction because this is actually under my base now. So the plan is I'm going to clear out a whole lot of area, and I'm going to actually see, well, first I'm going to see how well this thing actually mines if it's in a chunk loaded area, because that's kind of important, especially if I'm going to be elsewhere. But yeah, it's going to be kind of a big project. I've got a lot of digging to do because it does need to be down on bedrock. So let's dig a hole. A few of you pointed out on one of the last episodes there that Botania has a tainted blood pendant, which lets you put your brews on a pendant. So I'm not going to use this probably full time because I do need the Amulet of V in order to keep my boots charged up here, because that's rather handy. I'm not sure if it's needed for the runic shielding or not. I think the runic shielding is on its own. But either way, I'm going to go ahead and make this for the haste 2 because that's extremely useful. Let's grab the tainted blood pendant, and we can go ahead and place you on this. You go there, and I need sugar, and I need a gold nugget, and I need another wart. So that should, okay, good, that's going to kick into action, and this is going to probably take quite a while to actually fill up. Not too bad. Anyway, we'll be back. Just in time, we've got our blood pendant with haste 2. So we already got haste 2 going on here, so we'll go downstairs and then we'll put this on, just so that it actually, we can see it take effect. I think it's probably going to be like a 2-second thing, if that. So let's go ahead, head down here. I'll just take the fall damage, because why not? There we go. And our haste should wear off shortly here. 3, 2, 1. Awesome. There we go. Go away. Come on. It just takes a little bit to get rid of that last 0. Come on. There we go. Went away. Let's equip you. There we go. Haste 2 for 3 seconds. So there we go. Now my plan, if I hit F3G, we can see this chunk here. So this is currently in a loaded chunk, but I don't want to keep this loaded. Mostly just because I only have so many chunks I can load at a time. And really this thing's only loading that guy. So my plan is I'm going to clear out a big area and build a bunch of these guys. So this direction. Alrighty, we have cleared out quite the area here. If I hit F3G, we can see we've got this chunk here and about half of this chunk. This is underneath my base as well. Here's where the other one was. Let's turn that off. Yeah, I figure go big or go home. So right here are 12, I guess 13 with that one, set up. I ran out of basalt. So I think this should work. So let me go ahead and let's go check how well this guy's been doing just while I've been digging here. We've got less than a stack, which is kind of to be expected. Now, I'm thinking if I get this many going here, it's going to go through a lot of charcoal, which is fine. We can smelt that up. We're doing pretty well in wood. I think that'll work. It's definitely overkill, but that's kind of how I like doing things. So let's set these up, and then we can finally get back to working on the mob farm area. Something I haven't worked on for quite a while here is my smelting area. So I've got my baked potatoes. I've got apparently 18,000 stone. I think that might be the max. I've got lots of glass, but let's get some charcoal in here. So we're going to go with blocks of charcoal. We currently have apparently 222 blocks of charcoal. And let's go ahead and place you here. You're happy at 140. I want more than that. What are you? I think that's 2 over. Okay, so if we go here and place in our redstone right there, if I recall, it's 1 stack, 2 stack, 4 stack. Yeah, because I think I have 2 point something stacks in there. Output routing node, you've already got a filter. Awesome. Don't have to do that. You get wood. And if I place you in, you're going to start filling up. And is that all hooked up? I think you are already hooked up, so that should be fine. Wood. You can get, we'll call it 64. Why not? You get a stack of wood. So you are filling up. You are now filling up as well and not going anywhere, which means you guys probably don't actually have power. Is this actually going upstairs though? So if we go up here and we look at our filtering, yeah, so I need to actually place in oak wood. Wood can go there. You guys should then start working. Maybe. Not yet. Why are you not? You are filling up. Okay, so you are working, you just weren't showing. Okay, awesome. So charcoal is getting made. That's awesome. I don't need wood anymore. I don't need blocks of charcoal either. So that's all going to go, that's going to fill up top here. So let's check, make sure that's actually going in where it should. Charcoal. Charcoal's adding up. Awesome, good. Progress. Next up, I have here 12 ember boars. I don't need these hoppers or anything because I didn't realize I already had that in place. So we can just toss you back in. Precise item filters, I do need you. Don't need a corporeal spark. Don't need any more plates. Don't need you. Don't need you. Don't need you. Do need a bunch of you. Let me grab some more materials. So I think I've got just about everything here. So let's set up one of these on camera and then I can just kind of jump to the rest of them. So 1 ember boar goes in the middle. Cool. On top of you goes a machine accessor. And you know, we're going to actually do 2 of these here. Again, ember boar, machine accessor. So on top of that, so that's pretty much done at this point. Output routing nodes, these will go, can I put you on top? Will that actually work? We'll find out. So I can't actually see these guys. Okay, so when it is processing, the blades there kind of like twitch a little bit. So if we set this guy up, we go down, we want item filter, we want block of charcoal, and we're going to say keep 16 in stock. So if I do that, and let's link you up, which I don't actually have a linking thing around here. Do I have a hopper on me? Let's see, books, tools. Let's grab our redstone chest, because I can actually just check this with that. You are redstone, there we go. You and a hopper. A couple hoppers here. So I just want to check to see that I can actually input items from the top here. I believe I can, but we're going to check it. So there's the blades down there. If I go here and I take block of charcoal in, it does not go in the top. So good to know, top is not accessible. Makes sense, it looks like the ports on the sides here are kind of where you'd go. So fair enough. You can go away. You don't go there. We're going to go with, I think, on the side here. So let's take our output routing nodes. Where'd you go? There and there. And I think I'm going to do this kind of in little pairs almost. So it's going to be 2 down here. I could do it that way. Whatever. Anyway, so that is there. Now from that, we're going to go with our item pipes. Or item pumps, rather. Camonite, don't need you. So an item pump can go on the front. Can go on the front. You didn't attach. Why did you not attach? Do I need to have an extra thing here? Mechanical core. Apparently I might need a mechanical core instead. Well, that's lame. I made 12 of these guys. Okay, we'll be back. So, like I was saying, you take your 12 mechanical cores and place them on top of your little boards here. So we've got a couple of them set up. Now, I will say, I'm not actually sure if this is actually going to end up hurting me in the long run. I don't remember if this version has limited ember per chunk, or if it's just kind of like the speed that you get the ember. Not actually sure. We'll find out. If need be, then I'll just move the stuff around. But for now, I can at least put it in place. So we've got our mechanical cores on top there, and we've got our item pumps next. So these I'm going to place down the middle, like so. I'll do half of them. So there we go. We've got that. We need our levers. Can just go on top of that. Do it on top? Yeah, I'll do on top. Because I'm going to be putting... What do I put on the side? Go away. Die. Slimes are really annoying. I might have to just like coat my whole base with Narslimi, whatever the word is. Yeah, because that's really annoying. We're actually not going to put that there. We're going to put these on top, I think. I think that'll work nicely. If we take that, I want my input, I want my output. There we go. So if we place these on top, that should work. And you know, again, let's test this. Go away, slimes. So I place you here. If I put a block of charcoal in, it goes in immediately. And that starts twitching. You can kind of see it. So that does work. So that can go on top. So output node, routing node, routing node. Again, we'll just do half of them here for now. We've got all that set there. Let's go ahead and set our filters. So you going down, we want one of you, and we want block of charcoal. We're going to say 16 actually, because I don't actually have that many in stock. Again, down, we want one of you, we want 16. So these are now processing. You should be processing. Oh, you want processing because I don't have it hooked up yet. Node router. I have here. This one goes to my machines. This one here goes up to storage. So we link you to you, and we should probably put a filter in here first. Okay, break you, because that's not working. Yeah, remember, don't hook up your routing nodes without having a filter, because bad things happen. We might need to actually break this, because that probably started feeding stuff in here. Yeah, you're twitching. Not really sure what's in there. We're going to just break that. Oak saplings, that's what it was feeding it. Cool. Yeah, that's fun. So, node, you are still set for currently nothing. We're going to say 16 blocks charcoal again. Let's place this back in here. There you go. Machine, mechanical tool, whatever on top here. That should be working. You. Right, didn't link it again. You to you. Now it's actually set. I'm not sure why it keeps taking my boots to traveler. Charcoal goes in there. Awesome. So let's link all these up. Got our routing nodes hooked up on each of those, so let's go ahead and add in our piping. Now the piping is just going to be down the middle here. Pretty simple. And I will still need to have redstone on this, because the pumps do need redstone to actually work. Let's go here. I think that'll work. So nothing's going in yet. Let's take our levers and turn everything on. So we're just going to place it right there, I think. One there. One here, on. And last but not least, these two here. I do have the ones hooked up on the other side as well, just don't have the piping in. Let's see how we're doing. Not too bad. Actually pretty decent. Let me throw these in as well. So we're getting some ember crystals, getting some ember shards. It's not going to be too fast. I'm not expecting it to be too fast, but we'll see how well this works. So we have 13 shards, 6 crystals, which honestly is a little depressing. I think actually what's happening here is... That wasn't supposed to break. Let's put you back. Pretend that didn't happen. Cool. I think what might be happening is... Yeah, like I got a shard here. It's getting stuck, I think, in the pipes. If we, let's take our haste off, because don't really want to break all those. It looks to be that things are getting stuck in piping, which is a little depressing. Okay, so we've got all that. We now have that many, 15 and 7. That's annoying. I think there's something with the way that the routing works in this. I might have to just go with the regular, what I've been using of just the item nodes everywhere. I was kind of hoping not to, but we'll see. So if I turn you on, you're probably going to get a little bit, 15, 7. So if I do just one of these at a time, let me see if I can kind of drain all of this. Well, I think it's definitely a case of Ember's pipes just being kind of weird. They were getting stuck in the piping. I took that, filled it up, and I now have 25 and 8, so it's definitely that they were just getting stocked up, which is annoying, but not impossible to deal with. So I was going to be just routing this back to base anyway, so I might as well just stick down regular input nodes and just use these guys instead. I was hoping to be able to see the chest here, see it fill up decently quick, and all that, but doesn't seem to be the case. Go away, slimes. You, and last you guys. So these, I don't need to do anything too fancy with. They're simply going to take whatever's in here. You're connected, okay. And then from there, you're just going to go back to base. Cool. Well, we are back. Not really sure why, but I just had a blue screen of death, which is always fun. And during the break, I did some research and found out that, yes, the version we are in does in fact have limited embers per chunk. Yeah, this whole build, pretty much useless. Yep, that's fun. So that being said, I think we're not going to go with the hearth coil. That was the plan. I was going to have this set up so I'd have hearth coil and do all that stuff. Yeah, not going to work because this is limited. Therefore, I'd have to keep moving it. And honestly, the chunk I'm in right now has pretty much next to nothing anyway. I think it can go a little bit lower than that maybe, but I've never actually seen it go higher than halfway on this, and that was in a desert. But yes, this whole thing, useless. I'll get rid of it later. Let's go back to the water area. Alrighty, well, since that's not going to work, let's go ahead and get some calefactors. So go here, shift click, we have 5. I think that's going to work. Now, instead of doing what I did before with the kind of vanilla hopper round robin sorting, I'm going to use, I think I'm going to use some rails. So we've got our minecart here, throw a hopper on top of you, and we have minecart with hopper. We've got some just regular rails here. I'm going to also grab a few of the, what is this, from Ars Magica? Do I have any in here? I don't. Okay. Well, let me grab a handful of, let's get some iron inlays as well, actually. Oh, here we go. Redstone inlay. It's basically a booster rail, so we're going to use that. We've got these guys for the corners, and I think, actually, I think I could just probably use this. If I take redstone inlay and loop you around, something like this, which I can't stand on it. My frame rate is a little terrible at the moment because I did just log in as well as over at the blood magic area. There's a lot of witches over there. I actually did take out the spawner, but for now it's kind of a weird system. So if I put you there, you kind of work. There's something I think it's with my Optifine where it seems to pause entities every few seconds there. Whether it's zombie outside or things falling or whatever, or I guess in this case a hopper cart, it does seem to pause every so often, but I think that shouldn't actually affect anything. Watching my LP, we are slowly getting higher and higher. It did touch 8 there for a second. Got 4, 5, 5, or 5, 4, 5, 5, and then it occasionally gets the 7 in the thousands there, and an 8 as well, so it is going up very slowly. Cool, they just died. I'm not actually sure where I want to put this. I think I do want it kind of actually maybe on this level. We'll see. Actually, let's figure out, I can actually probably go down here. Maybe I'll put it back there. I think that'll work. I can put my processing over here. So let's put our amulet back on. We've got the amulet V. I want instead the one for haste. So let's put you back and equip you. So we're going to clear out a little area here. Not too much, just enough to be able to actually have space here to work. That's... What are you? Why are you there? You shouldn't be there. Let's see, that one is probably necessary. That's okay, so that's stairs. So let's do something like this. We've got just enough room back here, which should be good. You and there. Okay, so we will clean this up off camera, I think, but if I go ahead and I don't need half this stuff in my inventory. Don't need any ember lanterns, don't need the atmospheric gauge anymore, don't need the tinker's hammer. Everything else we'll keep for now. So, we've got room here. Let's finish clearing it out a little bit. Okay, so we have 5 calefactors. Let's go ahead and place them in the world. So I'm thinking maybe we'll do it in the ground slightly. So if I do there, there, there. We've got 5, right? So if I go 1, 2, 3, let's put some stone there. Actually, not stone, because we need hoppers under here anyway. So let's go like this. You and you. We will break out underneath here. And you, Calefactor, are going to go actually over here. Go away, gravel. That's annoying. Go away! Okay, so we're going to go ahead, place one here and there. That way they're all pointing to the center one, and I think that should be good. You go there, you go there. So that's our calefactors on top. And let's clear out one more block back here. That should be good. The rest of our calefactors, you and you, go there. Let's break out back here because we're going to have another row of hoppers. So you're going to go into that one, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we've got hoppers going along there. Now, here's a question. Can redstone inlay go on top of hoppers? Yes, it can. Awesome. So that is pretty much perfect. Yeah, let's build a ring. Alright, kind of cramped quarters here, but I've got one obelisk sitting here. I'm going to have the other two things outside, I think, but for now, let's place down our mana batteries. 1, 2, and 3. This one is neutral, so we're going to link him to the middle one. Where are you? Crystal wrench, there we go. Let's unbind you, because you're bound to something back at the base. From you to middle. Awesome. And now, in order to keep this guy fed, I know I've been talking about these item pipes and how they're kind of being difficult for me, but I think since I'm going from one thing to one thing, it should be okay. Apparently an obelisk is... Huh, that's an interesting pattern. Anyway, you go there, 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 and we're going to stick, instead of that one, we're going to use the item pump here. You know, actually we're going to drop this whole thing down one more. Item pump is going to go down here. Yeah, with a chest on top. So this is going to be nothing fancy, simply goes right here. So if I take this, throw it in, nothing should happen. Let's take our lever and pop you in there, turn you on. You should start getting power. Should start getting power. That's a little annoying. Alright, Ember's pipes. Why are you difficult? You should be pretty straightforward. He took everything from you, sent it that way. Why are you not doing anything? There's all my Ventium. Apparently it didn't go in. Why do you not go in? You should go in. It is an obelisk. It is attached. Okay, what else do I have that I could use? I can't really use a hopper because the side here has a wizard chalk on it. I don't remember if I can use a hopper on top. I feel like I can't because it looks like it's 2 blocks high, but I think it's only 1. Maybe it's... Does that work? No, doesn't seem to work. Alrighty, well, I'm going to be using output routing nodes around here anyway, so we're just going to use you right there. This chest doesn't have to be anywhere in particular then. In fact, it doesn't need to exist at all. We're going to just use our Ventium over here. So Ventium, you can go... we're going to put you here because you're going to be quite a lot of that. I don't really need to compact it. There should be quite a lot anyway, but if it... I'll probably put a void thing on here at the end. So if we take... Where is our input routing node? So we need one of these down here. So input, you can go there. We need to actually set up our actual system here, but I think for now this will work. We've got an output node here, from there to there, should be good. Now let's just go along with the next step of this, which is an open crate. You can go right there. And open crate, we're actually just going to feed you as well. Do I want a hopper or do I want an output routing node? I think node. So that's just going to drop it down there. Anything that goes into it is just going to drop. The hopper cart's going to pick it up and start feeding it up. So I think that'll work. We don't need this chest. I think we're good. Let's throw a stack of Ventium in here. Let's grab a stack of Ventium first. Grab you. And let's set this up so it at least feeds everything in. So that's going to charge up. Shift. There we go. Yes. Okay. So that's going. This guy here should start filling up as well. should. Crystal wrench. You. 2. You. Pairing successful. Oh yes, that's a thing. These guys apparently need a redstone signal. There we go. So that's charging up. Cool. From there, you are going to get bound to these guys. So let's shift right click actually. So bind each of these so they will all have at least neutral. Should be good. Awesome. So that is step 1. You know, we are going to throw a hopper here anyway. Let's go up top here. There we go. With that, let's grab some fish. Just make sure that works. Fish is over here. Stack of fish. There we go. Thank you. And you, we're going to just toss in. So that goes there. I'm probably picking it up immediately. Let's take our magnet off. It's not dropping anything. Going in, you're not going anywhere. Okay, well, let's start him moving. Really? Ah! Alright, let's give this a try. So, you take fish. Mr. Minecart with hopper, you're going to go on the regular rail here. Push you through. You should be working pretty good. That's going to fill up all those. That will then start coming down here. And in this hopper, we are getting our cooked fish. We're getting quite a lot of cooked fish, which is awesome. So we're only getting, I think, single. We might actually be getting double on this. I'm not entirely sure. But that works. One thing is, I think I might lose connection on this when I unload these chunks, which is super annoying. But for now, it seems to be working, which is kind of cool. You don't have any fish. Why do you not have any fish? Anyway, so that's working. Cool. So we've got our smelting and cooking already set up here. We've got, let's see, 32 stacks of cooked fish, lots of Vintium as well, and I think we actually ran out of regular fish. Yeah, raw fish 0. Honestly, this thing's probably going to start backing up now that I think about it because, yeah, so that's completely backed up. In fact, I bet these are probably as well. Yeah, it's working awesome. So far, I haven't lost my connection again with the Ars Magica stuff. I think it was just the first time I did. But it seems to be working now. I think that's hard to see there. It says 54%, so that's awesome. Cart's going back and forth. We're all set. So, what's next? Well, what are we going to do with the fish? Went ahead and I dug out an area underneath here. And I'm thinking I'm going to kind of do layers kind of like this. We'll see how far I need to actually go down. For now, I don't really have a nice way of getting down, so I dug a hole in the wall. Dug out a nice big area. I have this one 5 high because I intend to use a different ceiling just out of when I have the hoppers and stuff in here. Like this here, there's the chests are above this, so that's going to be sticking out. So I'm going to put another layer of blocks in there. Haven't decided what yet, but for now I have the area. Anyway, dug an area out over here, and this is going to be what we're going to do with our fish. So let's see. I think I have everything on me. We've got our Gormarillas, so we're just going to place the... We're not going to place these down yet. Nope, just kidding. Where did I... Here we go, Elven Mana Spreaders. So we're going to place these all along here, just facing into these. I don't think I need to do anything too fancy for this. In fact, let's go like this. We'll put a layer of andesite behind here, and this is going to be just temporary, just so I have something to place it against, which will make my life a little bit easier. And if we go like this, we should have Elven Mana Spreader. You're not facing the right way. I was hoping you'd face the right way. That was the whole point of doing that. If I go up here, yes, so that is now facing properly. 4. Wait, how many is that? 5. Yeah, 5. And then same here, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So by placing those first, these guys should automatically bind. Gormarillas, if I place you, you should be bound. Where is my... Actually, probably in here. If I take my Wand of the Forest, and that is now bound to that one up there, which is perfect. So Gormarillas, you guys should all be bound. Let's place these all down. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these should all be linked up above, because that is the closest spreader. Awesome. Those are all nicely bound. What's up next are droppers. So these, just going to go right in front of it. Nothing real fancy here. They're going to be just kind of going straight into this. They'll go straight into the mana pool. Yeah. I don't have to actually have the mana pool directly next to the Gormarillas. I just have to have it be within range. But I think that should be good. So we have here in the middle, a hovering hourglass. Again, nothing too fancy. I'll probably swap this out for something for a different block. Redstone, redstone, redstone. I should have that in a box. Here we go. Redstone and redstone. Just regular. I'm not doing anything. I don't need to do like the sticky redstone or anything like that, because this should be able to run right along the top. 3, 4, 5. And let's continue on the other side. Redstone's all set up. Let's go ahead and break out this back wall a little bit. The reason for that is I need a place to put my blood nodes, which again should have on me output routing nodes. Perfect. One here, 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 4, 5, and over here as well. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's go ahead and link these guys up. Alrighty, and the last one here, cooked fish goes in, and we want 64 of these. So we're going to put 1 stack into each of them. I went ahead and bound just a blank routing node over here. So let's go ahead, select you, and shift right click. Shift right click just makes it so it doesn't open it. So open that one, set you here, you to you, you to you, you to you. So if I go ahead and look at this, you now have 64. Awesome, that filled up really quick. And let's just continue over here. You, I'm just going to bind you directly to this guy instead of going back to the other node. You, 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 and you. Alright, everything's all hooked up. You should start filling up pretty soon. Yeah, maybe. There should be, I think it said that I have somewhere in the neighborhood of 32 stacks of cooked fish. So maybe it'll take a little bit to fill all these guys up. But I think we should be good. You, 15. Yeah, it does do it 8 at a time, which is a little slow. I wish I could speed that up, but hey, infinite reach is pretty awesome, and it does work. I don't think I'm going to be needing to do too much more than that. We're going to let that fill up, and then we can start our hourglass. Alrighty, last one is almost filled up here. 56, 64, there we go. So these all have a full stack, which is awesome. And I honestly have no idea how fast this needs to be. Let me empty out my inventory a little bit. Where did my mirror go? Here we go. I don't need any andesite on me. I'm going to keep the dark ore because I want to hit that with Fortune 5. Blue topaz, we'll keep you as well. I can't really empty more of this. Fish, go away. Don't need that. Don't need, actually I do want another mana pool. I don't have a spark on me though. Either way, this should be good. So let's just clear up that a little bit. If we do 3 sand, I'm not sure if that's going to be fast enough or slow enough. Let's put you there. So we're going to just kind of watch this guy. That should pulse. Okay, so the Gomerillus. So that might be a little too fast. Maybe? Actually, that seems about perfect. In fact, if anything, a little slow. Cool. So that is 10 every 3 seconds. So that should be able to keep up with these guys here. I'm not sure exactly how fast they go, but we're still at 64. Yeah, everything's still sitting at 64, which is pretty awesome. So I think that means that we are keeping up. We will actually probably be out racing the thing up there. Go away, skeleton. Yeah, that's right. Go down there. Let's check out this. If we go up here, these guys here I think have a lot of fish in them still. Yeah, so we're going to slowly chip away at this backlog. Or I guess not, because it's not hooked up. If we take all this and throw you all in here, a little bit at a time at least, yeah, that's working. So let's go back down here, try not to fall to our deaths. I think this is good. It's probably going to be generating quite a bit of mana. Or are you not? What's wrong with you? You. Why are you not working? You? You have... Oh, you know what it is. If they're too close... Because, see how the range is actually 3 by 3. So apparently, this one here and this one here are actually not getting fed. Because that's sending it, I think, to this guy. That's right, that's why I had it spaced out earlier. Do I care? I kind of don't care just because it's a lot of mana that I don't really need that much of. Maybe. you know what? In the name of symmetry, we're going to leave it. Doesn't matter. There's so much that's going in here anyway. I've got 4 on this side, I've got 4 on that side. I think that's fine. If I break this out, then it's going to make a big mess, and I might fix it later when I come in here and clean up, make it just not stone anymore, but decorate it properly. But for now, I think we're going to call this a mostly completed build. I still need to revisit this anyway in order to actually store all the mana, because right now it's just going to fill up these mana pools up here, and then it's just going to go to waste. In fact, we'll just waste the fish. So I do still need to set up a mana battery, as well as actually set up the loonium that's going to be in there. But for now, I think we're going to call this a completed build. We've got the smelting, we've got the turning it into mana, so I think that is pretty successful. Anyway, I'm going to call this for an episode. As it is, it's already Tuesday, or it's already Monday right now, and it'll probably be Tuesday by the time it's loaded. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.